What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tearing apart the motor. Well, when the transmission went, it was almost like it sort of shifted down a gear, and it ended up spinning the motor up to 6,500, and the valve train's really only rated for like 5,500. So this is really just a precaution. I want to make sure nothing's hurt. I want to make sure like it didn't drop a valve or anything like a piston slapped a valve or something like that. So I just want to make sure that the inside of the motor is good, so that way we can put it all back together and have a running, driving car come April. So what we're going to be starting with, we're going to take a couple accessories that are left on here. We're going to pull the heads, check the valves, check all the internals, just make sure everything looks good, and then we'll move on from there. So first thing I did is pull the spark plugs. As you can see, the tip of that spark plug is, come on, focus. As you can see, the tip of that spark plug is pretty black, and what that means is that there was way too much fuel going into the motor, and when we finally tune the carburetor, that should resolve that issue. So we're going to end up putting new plugs in it. I went and pulled all these before, and pretty much all of these are like this. And that makes sense too. Way too much fuel is going to go into every cylinder, not just one of them. So that'll be corrected at a later date. So this too is one of the many things that we're going to need to fix on this car before it's up and running again. Look at these wires. All right, this is the positive cable for the battery. That's pretty gross. We're definitely going to need to replace that. Coffee, arguably the most valuable tool when working on cars. So all of these bolts have been coming out pretty easy, except for this one right here. This one I've literally only got this one I can literally only, like, I've got that much action on it. End of the wrench all the way on there. and I can only get like a quarter turn of action on it at once. And I can only get like, I don't know, what is that, like a hundredth of a turn. I can only turn the wrench that far. So this one's the holdup right here. Hold on. So how you were before, you had it crooked, you weren't all the way on there. You want to make sure that this goes all the way in and then start turning. Here, Ben, hold on. The cheater bar, the second most effective tool when working on cars.
You sound like one of those commercials. The cheater bar, the second most efficient tool when you're working on cars.
Bam! Cheater bar at work.
To do with the summertime?
I don't really know. Comment below with what you think Santa does in the summertime.
Oh, you're just gonna edit out all that stuff?
Mm-hmm. So you could say something ridiculous. You could be like, super butt dookie. And I'll edit it out. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it in.
I know what he does. He goes to the beach and swims in his underpants.
In his underpants?
Yeah.
He doesn't have swim trunks?
Nope. Santa. Or he puts on a scuba suit and scubas.
You learn something new every day.
Even adults. Which is amazing.
All right, Ben, so you've been doing this for a little bit now. Do you have a tech tip for anybody who's never done this before?
No. Don't touch the spinny thing.
Don't touch the spinny thing.
What else? That will happen.
Look at all that. If you don't want to get dirty, don't work on cars.
Or just wear gloves.
Or just wear gloves. That's a good tech tip.
And never wear a nice sweater.
No nice sweaters.
No
and wear
ugly
gloves.
sweaters. No Christmas ugly sweaters. Come on, what the? And like I learned, if you bend your knees and You use fluid, you'll go nice and fast. That's a tip for ice skating.
Ice skating tech tip.
Yes. And stay next to the walls because it's kind of hard to get up once you fall down. I fell down and I can't get up.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Good news! There's no piston damage. All these pistons look good. There's no evidence of the valve smacking the head of the piston, which means even though it revved up super high, there probably wasn't any valve float. And even on this side, this is going to be kind of difficult. But it looks like we might be okay. Now, I've got to figure out a way to make sure the valves are okay still. And what you can see from the combustion chamber and the top of the pistons, just more of the same. This engine had way too much fuel going into it to run efficiently. So that's something we're going to fix for next time. For now, that is a wrap. If you like what you've been seeing, like and subscribe. You'll get an update every time I post a new video and you'll be able to track the progress of this build. So until next time.